Page 11, Merrily I Move Up. Same thing as we just did from page 10, except this is for the right hand. I don't want to repeat all that junk I did on the previous. You can listen to that. The idea that they're telling you on the rounded hand thing, just keep it relaxed. Don't spread it out this way or whatever. Just relax. So I'll go through the process. Let's see what we have here. This is a little bit weird in the way they're doing it because the 3 lines are actually starting at the bottom and going backwards. Don't know that I like that, but if you're reading from left to right, as we normally do, that's what you got to do. Normally with music, you would not start at the bottom and move up. You always at the top and go down. So I look it over. It's 3 lines long. I see quarter notes and half notes. And it's this just for the right hand, so you can let the left hand rest. And they want us to be on, which notes are we on here? E, C, D, and E. We're using the same notes as we did before. And you'll notice in the little box on the C, it has the word middle above it. It's called middle C. On a piano, there is only one middle C, a key on a piano, that's middle C. We kind of use that as our landmark or our guide. So we're kind of looking at middle C. And other notes, it's like, where is it in relation to middle C? So we need to know where middle C is. Middle C is a C. It's a bottom of group of 2. That's a C. Middle C is the one in front of you as you're sitting in the middle of the piano. Here. It's not in the middle of the keyboard. No, but it's close. Middle of the keyboard's more like in here somewhere. But this is here. It's real close. That's middle C on the keyboard. So when you see that, you know which C and D you're using because you're using middle C here. I also want to mention that when you're in the middle, your wrists need to stay relatively straight. Don't curve it this way or this way. Some teachers will teach that when you're in here, they want you to curve your wrists here so your hands are straight to the keyboard. Please don't. Oh, no, no, no. We don't want the wrist going this way if we can help it. Straight. So when you hear, your hand is at an angle. And as you move around, the angle changes. It gets worse. Same in the left hand, the angle. Your hand will be at an angle. That's one of the things we have to get used to doing because you're not always just right here comfortably in the middle. Sometimes you're out in the boonies and your hand, you have to learn to play there too. But you're going to keep the wrist fairly straight. Don't go this way. No. So here I'm here, but the hand has got an angle. And it's the 4-3-2. And then for the second line, they want you to go up here for this one. And for the third line, they want you to go up again. So we're just using these. Same thing we did with the left hand, but now we're going up in the right. Now, when we move around on piano, you might move on any finger. See, in the left hand, on page 10, we were moving on second finger here. You're aiming second finger to tell you where to go. Well, in page 11, we're on fourth finger. We're aiming fourth finger. Tells us where to go. You should be able to aim any finger. And if you want, just practice it. Just put your hand somewhere on white keys, anywhere, it doesn't matter. And just practice. 4th, 5th. Of course, you should go down 2. Just to get an idea. Now, you don't go that fast. I've been doing this forever. You go slow. It's just the idea of what it feels like and thinks to move around and aim different fingers. And that's sort of another thing we got to get used to. It happens. You'll do it so much, it'll happen. Let's try this out. After you can play it, with no hesitations, a steady beat, let's make sure you have the right notes and rhythms. I'll give us 4 counts, 1, 2, ready, go, and then we'll play it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.